After hitting the gym and going to Miami Beach to get a tan, Kim Jong Un is back to show the world who's boss. Or basically, he's the non kid in the back of the room trying to gain the attention of the rest of the class. Based on the recent launches, which I'm going to react to, we can clearly state that he's that annoying fucking kid that no one wants to talk to. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy.
On Wednesday evening, North Korea launched 2 ballistic missiles off its east coast for the first time since March this year.
You know, when they say since March this year, it makes it seem like they haven't launched a missile forever. But March this year was just a few months ago, so yeah, the Korean Peninsula is much more different compared to the rest of the world.
North Korea state media released photos and videos of the launch,
Is it a fucking train? And I'm saying right here.
and it was conducted from a railway in North Korea's central region.
Okay, so from a strategic perspective, okay, as I mentioned earlier, I haven't served in the military, and as such, I'm not an expert on this, so don't quote me, but logically, if you look at it, launching it from a rail line is one of the dumbest strategies that anyone could think of. See, if you're launching it from, let's say, a silo that's based on a land-based vehicle, not a train, any thing that can move on the road, fine, you can move it in any location. However, when it's a train, its movement is restricted to railway lines. So if you want to destroy the launch pad, just destroy the fucking railway lines. Dude, Kim Jong Un, come on, I thought he was smarter than this, man.
State media referred to them as railway-borne missiles.
Guys, this is the beginning of the Korean triad. We have railway-based lines for land, and I assume they're gonna have fishing boats for sea and seagulls for air.
We see in the footage that a train slowly comes out of the tunnel. We see some people in hazmat suits that come out preparing for the launch.
Okay, why do they need hazmat suits when they're launching a ballistic missile or whatever sort of missile they're launching? This smells more like just for the TV than any actual test, to be honest.
The anchor in the video says that the launch occurred at dawn on September 15th.
This is clearly not dawn.
And this was the first time that North Korea was showing off its railway-borne missile technology.
No, the reason no one has a fucking railway-borne technology, as far as I'm aware, is it's a stupid idea. You can just attach it to a land-based truck or a aircraft or a ship. It'll be even more effective. Or maybe I'm just giving the North Koreans too much shit. I don't know.
The missiles flew about 500 miles at an altitude of 37 miles before splashing into the waters between Korea and Japan, which has caused alarm for
Yeah, okay. Despite all the shit I've given them, the range is pretty large. Not gonna lie.
officials. What's unique is that North Korea has an extensive railway network, and this means South Korean and US officials now have to track rail-launched missiles as well as road launchers and submarine-launched missiles.
Okay, from my perspective, it's actually easier when you look at it from when we're talking about rail launches. Rail lines exist, okay? They kind of rebuilding or realigning rail lines takes longer than people give it credit for. So it actually makes the American South Korean job of monitoring missiles much easier. If the North Koreans tend to focus more on the rail line instead of their submarines or whatever else they're going to use. So yeah.
North Korea has kept quiet for quite a long time since the pandemic began.
That's because, they had other issues, the pandemic to look after.
North Korea has been consumed by domestic problems.
As I said.
It's kept its borders closed largely due
that's like that's every day in North Korea, but yeah, I understand what she's saying.
to COVID fears and has admitted to food shortages.
Okay. See, a food shortage in North Korea is nothing new, if I'm going to be honest. In fact, most of North Korea's food is handled by UN handouts. If you ask me why the United Nations is handing out, aid to North Koreans, it's a whole big issue that I don't want to get into right now. I can make 5 videos out of that, so no point in me getting into it right now.
A lot of North Korea watchers say that this recent missile
Oh yeah, Tan Kim Jong-un, who's lost weight. I read about this.
launch indicates that North Korea wants to not only ramp up pressure, but also get the US to pay attention to them and resume dialogue.
So it's basically, Senpai, please notice me. I get it.
Weapons tests are definitely one of the methods that North Korea uses to dial up pressure on Washington.
And it's also a dick measuring contest between the North Koreans and the Americans. So even though we clearly know whose dick is the largest, it's the Americans, by the way. It's North Korea's attempt of saying, "I'm still a threat. Look at me. Don't. It's basically notice me, senpai."
Many experts that I've spoken to have said that because the US has been so consumed with Afghanistan and other international matters, this was sort of a chance for North Korea to grab their attention and say, we're still here, we still have our weapons, and we still have this military power to show off.
So basically, based on what the expert said to this journalist, and I kind of agree with the experts over here. It's a dick measuring contest. It's basically North Korea telling the rest of the world that, yeah, I'm still a threat. Take notice of me. And people may ask, why does North Korea do all this? It's a two-way system, as in it's both for the rest of the world and their own people. Like Kim Jong-un, despite what people say about him, he's not an idiot. In fact, he's quite smart. I'd say among all the three Kims, Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and Kim Jong-un, current one, I'd say Kim Jong-un is the smartest due to the fact that he knows what happened to Saddam Hussein. He knew what happened to Gaddafi. Every time an autocratic leader decides to scale down the weapons program, they either get overthrown or the country gets invaded. So Kim Jong-un is playing the long game. Do I think he's playing it smart? Not really. However, I know for a fact that he's playing with the objective to win. So I'll just leave it at that. If you like this video, how about giving a like? Also, a subscribe will go a long way for me. Thanks a lot and have a nice day.